In this video, let's learn about what are arrow functions. So far, we have learned that if we have to create functions in JavaScript, we primarily use the function keyword. Right from the inception of JavaScript up until now, we've been using the function keyword for creating functions. There are two ways of creating functions. One was function declaration, and the other one was a function expression. So a function declaration was typically done by using the keyword function. We gave our function a name, we specified the parameters, we performed some kind of an operation inside the function, and we returned a value from it. A function expression, on the other hand, was an anonymous function which was assigned to a variable. Again, this had parameters. There was some logic that was written inside the function, and we performed some operation and had the value returned from the function. So up until ES6, that is up to and including ES5, this is how we were working with functions. But in ES6, JavaScript has introduced a new way, a new, more concise way of working with functions, and it's called as the arrow function. So primarily, how does an arrow function look? We are working with the same example as we did previously, where we took a function of a multiply. One thing you have to keep in mind is arrow functions can be used for your function expressions. We cannot use an arrow function for a function declaration. So if we look at our function expression, what happens when we use the arrow function? First of all, you can see that the function keyword is removed and it is replaced with an is equal to and a greater than sign. Now, as you can see, where does the name arrow function originate? It originates by this particular symbol is equal to greater than sign. And then you will still continue to write any kind of a logic inside your function. You'll perform an operation and you can have that value being returned from the function. Now, this can be further enhanced. In the upcoming videos, you can see how all of this can be written in one single line. But as this is more towards an introduction to arrow function, I want you to compare and contrast the syntax here. So basically the usage of an arrow function, as you know, first, it is represented using our is equal to and a greater than sign. The second point that you have to remember is arrow functions will always be anonymous functions. So whenever you find yourself using an anonymous function, you can replace that with an arrow function. Now here, not only with this regular function, as you have learned in the past, when you're working with your array methods, like find, for each, filter, map, every, reduce, you pass a callback function, which is again an anonymous function as an argument to it. Even there, you can now go on to use your arrow function. Now, you need to keep in mind that arrow functions are a type of function expressions. There is a lot more to working with arrow functions. In the upcoming videos, you're going to go deeper into the working of this and different variations that you could use while working with arrow functions.